Yo, talking shit, getting clicks. You're with Mo’3Times. And let's get right into it. Or, well, what we're getting into tonight is...
More than 2.5 million illegal immigrants have left the United States, the first time in over 50 years that we have had negative net migration, and it's just the start. When you restore sanity at the border, it shows up everywhere else. Rent prices are dropping 4 months in a row, and more native-born Americans are working than ever before. Kamala Harris opened the border and destroyed the economy.
All right, so this is J.D. Vance speaking at the Turning Point USA America Fest conference that took place this weekend. And these are some of his remarks. And obviously, like, he starts off on some lion-ish already. We already know the job numbers are trash, so much so that anybody trying to report the numbers have been fired, and they've actually just outright just stop reporting job numbers. So when J.D. Vance says that native-born Americans are more employed than ever, you need to know that he's lying. Oh, by the way, I'm Mo’3Times. This is Talking Shit, Getting Clicks. I am doing a special little project right now where I am streaming every day. Every day? Every day. For 30 days straight. And if you guys don't know, let me tell you. This is day 4. Yep. All right. Okay. Whatever. Back to the speech.
The Trump administration gave you net negative migration and much more job creation. Real wages are finally growing. Inflation is half of what it was under Democrats. Gas prices are their lowest in years. And we have finally made it clear that in the United States, we believe in hard work and merit. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And if you're an Asian, you don't have to talk around your skin color when you're applying for college, because we judge people based on who they are, not on ethnicity and things they can't control. We don't persecute you for being male, for being straight, for being gay, for being anything. The only thing that we demand is that you be a great American patriot, and if you're that, you're very much on our team.
Yeah, I mean, tell that to all the patriots that have beards in the military, beardos. Tell it to the patriots that happen to be gay in the military. They don't want them. They don't want them. I mean, so, yeah. Oh, all right. So J.D. Vance mentioned Nikki. When he's talking about Nikki, he's talking about no other than Nicki Minaj. She's a rapper, right? And Nikki turned up for this same event doing a Q&A with Mrs. Turning Point herself, Erica Kirk. which has caused a lot of controversy online because people are like, yo, I can't believe Nikki this, Nikki that. We can't give it. But nevertheless, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. All right. So, JD, so first of all, there are, I've been hearing rumors of a civil war brewing within MAGA right now, and the factions are between people who are linked to Turning Point USA and everybody else in MAGA. There has been talk of JD Vance, and this is for the last couple months, that JD Vance may be replacing President Donald Trump a little prematurely. But if not, when Trump claims that he will be president again in 2028, it's kind of chuckled away. A lot of people are pointing for JD Vance, who is the vice president and would be the heir apparent in a normal administration, to be the one that fills in for Donald Trump, as he is now lame ducking, right? Oh, so what have we done today? Let's talk about it. You don't have to apologize for being white, and I'd just have to ask, like, when has anyone apologized for being white? Like, that's crazy. Stop it. Shut up, children. Shut up, children. But, I mean, when he's talking about jobs, he's like, more native-born Americans are working. More native, how do you say it? More native-born Americans are working than ever. You guys believe that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me get some feedback if anybody's in here. Oh, by the way, like I said, this is the little experiment that we are doing. Oh, look, Love's in here. Mainline is in here. Mainline, thanks for doing the time with me. 30 days in a row is a feat. All right. Okay. Maybe a little air horn? Okay. Got it. All right. But he said, yeah, more native-born Americans are working than ever, which is a lie. I mean, population grows. Numbers do go up. That's just basic math. We're not even going to discuss that policy. He also points to Harris destroying the economy. Trump gave more job creation, and we would go ahead and say that unemployment is at a 4-year high right now. If this is job creation, it's on vacation. Listen, let me tell you something. Before Bill Clinton popped up in those Epstein files, Bill Clinton, during the Democratic National Convention, came up to speak. And I remember reporting this on the show of something amazing that he said about the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. He said in the last 50 years, that Democrats were responsible for creating over 50 million jobs. Over 50 million jobs in 50 years, right? And then he said, do you know how many jobs that the GOP has created in that same time? And the man said, yo, I had to double check and reread it myself when I found this answer. The answer is 1 million. The GOP in the last 50 years has created 1 million jobs compared to the 50 million jobs created by the Democrats. I mean, if we're going to do numbers, we're going to put, you know? That's why when I said, like, this election wasn't based off, like, people were like, it's the price. I was like, you guys don't really care about the economy. You don't. It's a culture. It was a vote for culture. A lot of people got roped into it. Anyway, he says, real wages are finally growing. Inflation, half of Democrats. Gas, lowest in years. And that's when he said that, and y'all was listening. Y'all guys were listening. I was watching. Like, I kind of made the face. And we have to... Oh, my God. Look, wages are not growing. And wages are crawling. They're not running. I mean, inflation dropped only because the feds and Jerome Powell, remember Jerome Powell standing in the hard hat next to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's like, yo, we got this deal going in. He's pulling out, and Jerome Powell's like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have good information. And then Donald Trump pulls out this little paper and points. He's like, yeah, right there. He's like, oh yeah, because that's a whole nother building. You're talking about a whole nother building, blah, 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 with the budget. Like, and he just like called Trump out on his nonsense right then and there. Trump administration was Jerome Powell effectively removed as the Fed chair, which is something they don't have power to do, but I will throw up a picture of Jerome. Here he is. You remember that? You remember that? Donald Trump was like, here. He pulls out this little card. But he doesn't know what he's talking about. Excuse me. I am still getting over this. I got some cough drops here. I still can't breathe out of my nose right now. I've been Sudafedin. Yep. Gas is cheap because oil is cheap. I mean, JD did not discover gasoline, but also at the same time, we got, Venezuela. We basically hijacked a oil ship from them, and then we got another oil ship from another country. I don't know if it's Colombia. Anyway, they hijacked the United States military have commandeered another oil tanker. Right? So, like, that's crazy. Right? So then he goes into DEI politics, and we know when we talk about DEI, the hypocrisy there. Right? We're looking at Pam Bondi looking like shit over there. We're looking at all those people in the Department of Justice, the Alina Habas. Who was the one that came to Jersey? Was that Alina too? Getting kicked out. Don't have any jurisdiction over anything. Continually making the same lame brain mistakes in courts. Not following due process. Pete Hegseth is definitely over his head. DEI, not DEI. DEI. The right is mad at DEI because they're saying that blacks and women, people of color and women are getting jobs that they don't deserve. Right? This is the Trump administration. This was a campaign keynote for them. This is a bullet point in the campaign. Was getting rid of woke, getting rid of DEI. Got rid of quote-unquote DEI, fired a lot of black women and people of color, and then hired his buddies, people who do not have the resumes for the jobs and positions that they currently fill. I didn't want to get political, but it happens. Why does it happen?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Thank you. At least he's approving the message. So when JD Vance goes, DEI is the dustbin of history, I mean, we have to retort with, it's in court. It's not a coffin. Companies still do it nationwide. Companies still enact DEI at their whilst. So then he goes on and says, you do not have to apologize for being white anymore. I wonder how Usha Vance was sitting there. I wonder how Usha is doing. I wonder how his half Indian kids are doing. Half Caucasoid, half Dravidian. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Dog whistle, baby. Like, nobody's had to apologize. Like, how are you? My God. It's imaginary oppression. That's what it is. Imaginary oppression. And I played the little clip afterwards because people are just stopping there when he says, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. He goes and says, Asians don't have to whisper about race in college apps. We're finding that the Asians weren't replacing black people. They weren't replacing Hispanics or Latinos. They were replacing white men. So when JD Vance says Asians don't have to whisper about race in college, I'd have to remind you, because we did a show about this as well, that changed when the Supreme Court nuked affirmative action in 2023. JD didn't do that in 2025, but he's talking that shit. We don't persecute men, straight people, gay people, just be a patriot. Meanwhile, all of his allies are like legislating bathrooms like it's a moral emergency right now. Yep, because Harris censored you. We protect free speech on campus online, and I mean, it's government pressure on free speech, right? Like, you guys tried to end the career of Jimmy Kimmel and what's his name from Stephen Colbert. Tried to effectively end their careers. By their appointed FCC chairman. But I wonder how Turning Point was. I wonder if they crashed Grindr. That's what I need to, because usually when the GOP is in town, you can't get no same-sex loving on the internets. Yeah. There it is. One day ago, Grindr, which is a dating site for people of the same sex. I think gay men. I'm not sure. I don't use that app personally, but it so happened that I think since the Republican National Convention, anytime the GOP gets together and MAGA gets together for a conference or a convention, it seems that they crash. God. They crashed the service, and it was reported this weekend on Instagram that Grindr experienced a temporary service disruption, and it crashed in Phoenix, Arizona. The crazy thing is that the Turning Point USA convention happened to be in Phoenix, Arizona. Drum riff. My nose is stuffed up, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I got to do, talking shit, getting clicks. You already know it's day 4, and you're with Mo'3Times. Like Nikki, Whiteness, Chappelle. Nikki, Whiteness, and Chappelle. That is definitely what we're talking about right now. Yep. JD Vance told white people they do not have to apologize no more. Amazing. Vance is just like using a whole bunch of racial defensiveness. I can't understand. Like Turning Point USA is a Gen Z pipeline into conservative branding. And it's got a lot of culture over policy, and it's got a whole bunch of influencer type politics and celebrity optics, and then we got Erica Kirk. Let me bring her up. Charlie Kirk's widow. Let me see what I'm seeing. Right? You know, that's Erica Kirk, evangelical aligned influencer in her own right, and she kind of sits at the intersection of Christianity and a fashion brand conservatism. She does some women's outreach, you know. And then we get Nicki Minaj who shows up because, yes, we're talking about J.D. Vance. We're talking about Erica Kirk. We're talking about rapper Nicki Minaj, who's getting really political lately. Like, she was out in she was with the UN, I think, over the summer, and she was basically speaking out about the suffering that Christians are facing over in Africa, specifically Nigeria, where there's been clashes going on, right? And Nicki used these clashes to put a spotlight on Christians being murdered in Africa, right? But we already know that's BS. Not to say that Christians are not. But there's really no numbers out. There's no evidence out. There's no one really saying that Christians are wholeheartedly being targeted in Nigeria. There's a whole lot of people going through some shit, and I don't know, like 100% sure, if it's just based on religion over there. Nicki's had some things going on with her. Y'all remember this?
Hello, everyone. I must say I am very nervous, so please, well.
Oh my God. What's she nervous for? What's she nervous for?
Thank you, Ambassador Waltz, for this invitation. It is an honor to stand on this stage with you and the other distinguished speakers here today to shine a spotlight on the deadly threat faced by thousands of Christians in Nigeria.
Yo, the point is here is Nicki claims to write her own raps. Did she write this speech? Did she write her own speeches? I doubt it. I think she's lending her name and a face to causes for money, and I think that that's just what I think. I'm just throwing this out there. She's lending her face and voice for money because she's kind of washed. She's washed. She is washed. And the cool thing about Nicki is that she used to be tweeting out against Trump and Elon Musk and this MAGA right wing, and it seems like she is now going to be the new Stacey Dash of the league. Seriously. Oh. And she really just needs to
At what point you gonna sit the fuck down?
That's exactly, Nicki. When are you gonna sit the fuck down? Where are you, Nicki? All right. I was listening to this. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I'm sorry for crunching this cough drop, but
I've been waiting on you, wherever they are in this world. We that are not in the group, Bob. If now I'm having that right. But every time we pray and fellowship, we have to remember the people that are right now in this world hiding to pray and fellowship. And we have to pray for them. And first of all, Nigeria is a place I've always loved. Someone very dear to me, my pastor, is Nigerian. I have lots of Nigerian barbs. And so hearing that people are being kidnapped, and while they're in church, people are being kidnapped, people are being killed, brutalized, all because of
I would say this, Nikki, people are being kidnapped here in the United States. You know? Like, people are doing the right things and trying to be here as American citizens the right way. And they're pulling up to go to appointments to get their citizenship. And they're being told that, hey, you're here illegally. And they're just being taken away in unmarked cars. And we don't know what happens to them. We got ICE pulling up wearing masks, and throwing people in cars and peeling off with them and not telling they're not able to tell their family or friends where they are, and they're getting shipped out to other countries. You know, right here in the United States of America. But her pastor is Nigerian, so I guess that's what she's standing. Why is her pastor not here at Turning Point USA with her? Why? Tell me why.
their religion. And that should spark outrage in the great America. And that's what it did. And again, we're not backing down anymore. We are not going to be silenced by the bullies anymore, okay? Know that. Hear that. Receive that, bullies. We won't be silenced ever again. We will speak up for Christians wherever they are in this world. Amen?
Psst, Nikki, I believe Cardi B is a Christian. There's something I need to find real quick. We're not worried about JD Vance no more. We're not worried about JD Vance. But it seems like JD Vance did his speech after he heard Nikki. Somebody put a video out here. Here's a short. Let's calls. I'm looking for a
men. For young men.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
And Erica Kirk is laughing like, yo, your husband was assassinated. Am I doing the quote fingers? Assassinated. Your husband was assassinated, and elicited laughs from the crowd, nervous, And I think Nikki is like, damn, that's not the right bar.
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did.
We know what you meant. She doesn't say I'm sorry.
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it.
Yo, you know what? Ducks let water run right down their backs. She's a fucking duck. Erica Kirk is a fucking duck. It's like I honestly don't know that lady. But she don't seem right to me. And if she's being used as a tool and this is happening against her will and she's some type of damsel in distress, somebody needs to get out there and go save her. Talking shit, getting clicks, Mo’3Times, and we're doing our 30 for 30, and we are on day 4 of 30 for 30. Let the children sing. Yo. Sorry, I wasn't watching. I wasn't looking at the chat. My apologies. See everybody in there. Mainline, love, sunlight in his house, Willie Esco. Well, you make a point. Really, a lot of the votes for Donald Trump came from young people, and young people tend to be liberal, but tend to vote liberal. But it seems like that shit has been reversed, as a lot of these MAGA youths came out to vote for Donald Trump this time out, and it seems like Turning Point was huge for that. Look how we know that they use podcasts to gain some notoriety, and using podcasts, we also found out that overseas agencies were sending money to conservative think tanks, groups, and media outlets in the United States to push certain messages throughout the campaign. Specifically, I remember the state, it was in Tennessee, with the Tim Pool guy, and they're right now, all those guys involved in that, they're all arguing amongst themselves and fighting, and it just seems like there's no possible way for evil to triumph, because it's going to destroy itself before the shit gets to take root. Man, as I get older, like, I just realized that, it's kind of true. Like, good will always defeat evil. Honestly, it just takes a matter of just time, you know? Bringing me to the point about Dave Chappelle. Yo, did you guys check out Dave Chappelle's new special on Netflix? What was the special called? We watched it basically twice this morning. Me and Love. I got it on my phone because I was watching on my phone. And guys, the last show, I think I was just on the last show talking about how I had to give up the trappings of all this, these subscriptions that I got, and how I was having double subscriptions, and how I had to get on my grind grizzy to figure out all the shit that I was paying for a month, because I was like, yo, there's a hole. I'm leaking some money here. I'm supposed to have a little bit of extra cash here and here in these spots and everything. And then I found out that, I got the premium Netflix that's like damn near $30 a month with no ads, just because I wanted to watch the Canelo fight, and I let my subscription keep going, even though I don't really watch Netflix. And then I was bragging to y'all that I got rid of Netflix and I ain't have to pay that bill. And then lo and behold, Dave Chappelle decides to drop another MFN special on Netflix. Why are y'all cheering? All right, we'll let them cheer. So IMDb is calling it The Unstoppable. that is what his comedy stand-up is called. If that's what they're going by. And let me tell you what, if you guys are a fan of Dave Chappelle, he does not disappoint. I've been thinking about this basically all day, just having little thoughts about Dave Chappelle and just like little things that I've heard about him over the years and things that people say. First of all, he is like one of my favorite comedians. And it's not like he's just dropping jokes. It's like he's giving you, a different perspective. He's giving you Black history, told with his own personality, and his demeanor on its own is funny. Like, he's just a funny person naturally, but the way that he organizes his stories, the way that he is so eloquent in speech, and he can flip back and forth between being a household, a polished household type of name, to dude right there on the corner on the block, to like being that like class clown telling like crazy jokes and doing some screwball type of antics. Like, he is very well, I don't want to do the very. He is an extremely talented comedian and storyteller, and he is definitely a new age griot for Black Americans. And I really enjoyed this. I don't want to give up too many spoilers or anything like that, but he does talk about Charlie Kirk. You guys might have seen some clips from this the comedy, how he talks about how MAGA America and basically America were trying to deify Charlie Kirk after the tragic assassination, and the comparisons made between Charlie Kirk and Martin Luther King. He goes into that. Wow. He talked about fellow comedian Bill Maher. He did some name dropping and some stories of people that he met, and rappers and superstars in their own right. He talked about Puff Daddy. He talked about being at Puff Daddy's house, but the way that he does it and like the skill that he has is just amazing. It feels like it's effortless. It feels like he's just going up there and you guys are he's having a conversation with you, and it feels like he's just holding court, giving you news of the world, talking about everything, and he's just doing it in a very funny way. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. But let me tell you what, while I was telling Love, she rolls her eyes at this, but I was like, yo, everything that she covered, whether it was, Puffy and Cassie and the jokes that he, like, you're funny when you can make a room, crack up and laughter over something that is very sensitive and touchy. And I think that's why he's like one of the best comics out there, because he can talk about touchy subjects and make his point and still make you think and make you laugh at the same time. So, I mean, I don't want to... But the topics he was talking about and the way he was talking about, I was like, yeah, that is exactly what we've been talking about on my show, for the past... this show was filmed in October, so I don't know, from April of early this year it follows basically the we episodes that we do each week, and he was just commenting just on the same shit that we make comments on each week, and I feel like reaching out to him, telling him to, on Wednesdays, hop in with us and call in that 313-825-5557 number.
Stop the cap.
No. I'm dead ass serious. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I am beating the bush and beating all around the bush. The bush is getting beat. But I'll tell you this. your boy made a sweet potato pie today. Yeah, he did both jokes. He talked about he talked about him being going over to Saudi Arabia, right? Going to Saudi Arabia because that was a big controversial thing this summer of comedians that were going to Saudi Arabia because of the killing of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi by the Crown Prince over there. That's been implicated in that death. But he basically turns that premise on its ear and pulls a mirror up to America and hypocrisy. So, and he does it in a very entertaining, lighthearted, but at times it's a very serious way. It's a style that's of its own, and it was just a great watch. So if you do have access to Netflix, I had to get it. I got the $8.99 one with the ads, and let me tell you, right, like he's doing a joke, and then in the middle there's like a little 60-second ad, and it wasn't that bad, but damn, it kind of messed up the flow of it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like Love said, I did two pies today. 2 pies. I did 2 sweet potato pies because I was just craving sweet potato pie, and I started calling my mom to be like, yo, Miss Whitney, can you make me a sweet potato pie? Because, you know, as a son, I should be able to go to my mom and ask her for food. That's like the perks of being a son, being the kid of people that cook. But like, as I'm about to make it come out my mouth, like, yeah, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You grown ass man. You can't just be going back to mama and get some food. Of course I can, but in this case, like, yo, I need to learn how to make this for myself. And honestly, guys, I had never made a sweet potato pie ever in my life. I may have helped Winnie in the kitchen, like, do some mixing or lick the beater or something like that, pause, but still, like, I had never from root to tootin' made a pie, and I still haven't, because I haven't made the fresh pie crust that's coming next, you know, making my own pie crust. But the one that I got from Walmart wasn't bad, I ain't gonna lie. I will not lie to you. It was buttery and crispy, and it was delicious. And the real, like, honestly, you guys gotta ask Love and Kiki if it was good, because all of this is gone, and I couldn't taste it. And I'm going to say something to you right now and be honest. I really couldn't taste it. I could taste the heads. I could feel the textures of my mouth. But this might sound sus, but it had a great mouth feel to it. It tasted creamy and rich and delicioso. One more time. It did. Tasted good. And I put the whipped cream on it. Whipped cream. Tomorrow I come home with butter pecan ice cream to kill the rest of the pie. But yeah, I got on the phone with Winnie. I was like, yo, give me your recipe. And I'm not gonna lie, Winnie kind of gatekept me. She ain't give me like the particulars. But she gave me a great outline that helped to be the skeleton to my new sweet potato pie. And I don't want to do like a competition, but I would like everybody to make their own sweet potato pie. We just have a taste test. But we got to have this one as soon as my sinuses clear up, because I'm a mess right now. I wouldn't be able to enjoy it the way I want to. But yeah, I did. I made 2 pies. I still got 2 extra crusts. I had probably enough for like half a pie or a couple of tarts. That's what I would probably do next time. And I used a little secret that I don't believe that people normally do. But yeah, I let it cool, and then an hour later, I was cutting into that pie. It was still a little warm, but it held up, had great bones to it. So we wrapped the one that's going to Winnie, and we throw them in the refrigerator. So I can't wait for it to hit that refrigerator and see what that is like. And, you know, I have the soul of a fat fuck. I got the soul of a fat fucker that loves to. Excuse me, no offending anybody that's big out there that likes to eat. I'm just letting you know that my insides, my soul hasn't called out to my, and hopefully it won't. I need to jump rope, honestly. I do. I can't breathe right now, so I'm getting lightheaded. I can't really think right because my brain's not getting all good oxygen. It's slow going. And it makes me yawn, even though I'm not tired. It makes me yawn because I cannot breathe and there's not enough oxygen going to my brain. I'm going to stop complaining. All right. So, today is Sunday. I will be on tomorrow talking about whatever the hell goes on tomorrow. And I'll probably bring the phone lines open. And it's going to be a random time. I'm going to try to keep it around, to do around 5 p.m. tomorrow. But it could be earlier, it could be later, but you will definitely see a day 5. You're going to see a day 6. This is all God willing. Sun comes up, sun sets, sun comes up. World is still revolving around. There's no catastrophes or anything like that. God willing, if there's a way for me to make it 30 days of 30 days, we're going to do it. We're going to make sure it's done. Craziness. One last thing. I was playing Arc Raiders. I had some smooth sailings today. Only one guy shot me in the back. I think that was earlier today or late last night, but I really didn't have any bad run-ins today. I made a whole bunch of good loot. And I would also like to say, what's up to the Jump Out gang again?
Many people know them as the Jump Out boys in their city.
I want to let y'all know that the Jump Out gang is the best ever to ever do it. And if they have any type of loot, it's either rare or epic. They got rare and epic loot. It is something, Flashback. It is something. Rare and epic loot is what it's all about. And this is what you guys have. Everybody else has shitty common loot. All right. And with that said, cash rules everything around me, but it don't rule me. I hope that goes the same for you. I'm Mo'3Times. Me episodes with Mo. 30 of 30, day 4 of 30, whatever you want to call it. I hit fucking start streaming and go live, and I made it happen. You guys showed up. You showed up in the chat, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Yo, all these things that flash up here, hit those things up. Like it shows like social media or my email. You got an idea for the show? There's something you want to talk about? Something you didn't like? Something that, hey, Maurice, let me Mo'3Times. Let me change your perspective. I got you. You see my Facebook? It says rejected. That's a New Jersey rejected sticker. Because I'm from New Jersey and they be rejecting. Oh my God, yo. What am I doing? Stop it. I forgot. Blame it.
I am inspired.
Blame it on my brain, not my heart. I'm trying my part. Just about the best stuff. What the fuck? Oh. I can't find it. My homeboy just sent me his site. I'll show it to you tomorrow. We'll talk about tomorrow. My homeboy has a new site. They were talking about boxing today. I turned it on to support, and I couldn't turn it off. Honestly, it was good. It was funny. And then about 8 minutes in, my homeboy motions to his co-host and says hey, can we curse on here? And he goes yeah, I don't care if you use whatever language. And he got very loose, and they had one of the best debates I've seen this year, especially when it comes to boxing. We don't get enough boxing talk. These guys both love boxing. They both have different perspectives. I will give you that information and show the site and post it tomorrow, but I'm not even gonna lie. It was just awesome to watch them, and they're doing their thing, and I can't wait to see more from them. That's what I had to tell you. But once I get right tomorrow, I'll give you the particulars on there, and I would hope you would check them out because they're damn good. You don't have to believe me, but if you hit the link and just look for it yourself, you're gonna know. But I'll give you that link tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow, as long as the sun comes up and the internet is popping, and we will talk about what needs to get talked about. And I will open the phone lines up tomorrow so we can get our normal little weekday thing going on, see what's plugging away. Once again, Mo'3Times, y'all the Jump Out Gang. This is Talking Shit, Getting Clicks, and I will be back at you tomorrow. Hit the alerts, hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. Hit like, please. I'm tired of seeing, I get 50 views and 3 likes. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. Peace. Should I give them to, like, go out music or something like that? Or did I already do the go out music? I think I was doing the go out music and then I paused it to talk about the show with Mo and Santiago. Talking shit, getting clicks. Don't forget. Tomorrow's Monday. The day after that's Tuesday. The day after that is we Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. live. Jump Out Gang in the chat. Phone line open. Topics going and going and going. Oh yeah, I watched the new Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the 3rd of the series, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. Hopefully you guys watch Chappelle and we can talk about that the comedy show tomorrow. And that's what we'll do. All right, guys, peace.